Hi, my name is TheGameHogger, and today I'm going to be telling you how to play Diana. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. Hopefully next video will be an axe montage, so look out for that. So first we're going to be talking about Diana's stats. Hi, so now let's talk about Diana's stats. Let me show you what the stats are. She has 5 in attack, 6 in dexterity, 5 in defense, and 6 in movement speed. So she's really balanced, unlike most of the characters in this game, which are specialized in his own thing, like being a tank, or being a high damage dealer, or just being fast, like Hattori. She has a lot of movement speed. And I really feel like this stat-like choice goes with her character of her being a prodigy and how her basically being good at everything, which is basically what they hinted at in her lore, because she was just really naturally good at hunting monsters. And so I feel like that's a good thing. But I don't think this really goes with her signatures a lot. They can be really deceiving because her signatures take really slow, but do a lot of damage, kind of like Teros's signatures. Whereas they're hard to land, but when you do land them, they're really useful. Like they do a lot of damage and they can really knock out your opponents pretty easily. Especially Diana's bow signatures, those are really good for knocking out your opponents because even though they're pretty slow, you can catch people off guard with them by using him like in an awkward time where they don't have a recovery or something, they can't recover, or they can't jump again, or they already used their dodge. Using this can really be useful to knocking them out a little bit earlier than usual. Also, this really goes with the blasters a lot because her blaster signatures don't have that much of a recovery. Like they don't have a really long recovery time, so you can't really be punished for missing a signature. But it's not like Koji where you can spam your signatures and not get punished at all, which is kind of the case with Koji, and that's why I think they should nerf his stats, I guess. But so you can't. But for the bow, you can really get punished for missing your neutral and your side. Not so much with your down, because your down signature doesn't have that much of it has a really low recovery time, and it's really I'll have to explain it while I'm showing you because it's really awkward to explain. It's a really different signature, which is what I like. This character is really unique, and that's why I mained her for a really long time. So now let's get on to the signatures. So now we're gonna be talking about Diana's signatures. So first we're going to be talking about her bow, and we're going to be talking about her side signature. Her side signature, she basically just twirls around her bow 2 times, and hitting the opponent. The first twirl will guarantee the second twirl, but if you miss the first one, you can still hit the second one. So you got to keep that in mind when trying to read your opponents and see what you're trying to do, or if you want to psych out your opponents. And opponents really forget about the second twirl. Kind of like how they forget about the second shot and everything, really. It can catch a lot of people off guard. And this is best used when, let's say you're edge guarding and they're right on the edge, like they're just hanging on the edge, and you think they're going to pop out, you can use that, and then that's going to really catch them off guard too. This is also really great when an opponent's being over aggressive and they miss a signature that's on the ground, and you have a really big window to punish them, then I'd use this. If you don't have that much of a window to punish them, then I'd recommend just going with a light attack combo. So now we're going to be talking about Diana's down signature, and her down signature is really good for knocking out your opponents when they have orange health. Like they can be pretty light in health, but you can still kill them with it. But it's really hard to land, and it's really awkward to explain how I land it. It's like I kind of use the momentum with the dodge, with the chase dodge. I kind of get behind them when they're using the signature while they're using it, and then I use it right then and there. So by the time they're finished with the signature, then I would have hit them with it, and they can die. And I always use this on the edge, and I'll show you a quick. I basically slide, and this one I kind of slid off too much, but it's kind of a good representation of what I'm trying to do and what I'm basically doing when I'm trying to say it. It's really awkward to explain. I'm trying to find the words to explain it, but it's not that easy because it comes with experience. But this is how I do it basically, and hopefully this explains how I use this down signature, since it's really hard to land and people ask me a lot of questions about it. And now as for the neutral, this is probably one of my favorite signatures in the game, simply because how good it is. It comes up pretty fast, and it does a lot of damage, and it throws your opponent exactly where you want them throwing them straight down isn't that good because they can recover pretty easily. It's not that hard to recover from just a straight down signature or heavy or whatever. But throwing them diagonally is really awkward because even some weapons like the gauntlets, they can't recover. They can't recover to the side or diagonally. They just recover straight up. So this is really good for killing off your opponents pretty easily with the bow, and it's a great thing to use when you're just edge guarding, or you can use this on a combo, which is side light, down light, and then you can just use the signature. Now, it isn't a true combo, but it's a string, and I land it most of the time. It catches people off guard, but if you keep using it too much, they're gonna eventually figure it out and not get caught off guard by it anymore. So now let's talk about the blasters. Now the blasters are a little bit less useful when it comes to Diana because that much damage, like they don't have damaging. The only really good signature that the blasters have is the neutral, which kind of lingers on for a little bit. It's kind of like Jala's neutral with the sword. It kind of lingers there for a little bit, and it's really good for using against people that are unarmed and trying to dive kick you a lot, or people that are using the katars, or people that are using the sword, which they tend to come to diagonally a lot with the light attack, with the side light, and that can really catch them off guard if you use that. And it kind of lingers there, so it's not a guaranteed hit, but you're going to be hitting this most of the time if you get it right. Now for the down signature, it's pretty and the reason is because it comes out way too slow, and you have to be a sloth not to see it coming. But like I said, I showed you in the clip and how I used it, and it's really the second shot that makes it really useful. It's because people don't forget about that second shot, like I said, like with most of the abilities. So if you catch him with that second shot, you can really catch him with the signature, and that can kill him. The signature can kill pretty high, low. Like even if they're at yellow health, you might still kill them because of how far you can throw them with this. And just throwing a couple weapons at them and landing them will kill them guaranteed. Now for the side signature, which is pretty. People are pretty split about this. Some people say it's overpowered. Some people say it's balanced. Some people say it's bad. So this is a three-way split, I guess. And the reason is because you can't really see this coming, but it's both but it's pretty hard to aim. So the opponent doesn't know where it's gonna be, and you don't know where it's gonna be. You have to be playing this legend a lot, and landing this signature really comes with experience. And some people are gonna say that it's really easy to land for them. For me, it wasn't easy to land simply because it has a really weird hitbox, kind of like a crescent moon, I guess. It's basically like a banana, and you can hit some people in the air with this, but it's really off. You have to, if you try to hit them in the air, you're not gonna hit them when they're on the ground, because it's basically like a crescent, right? It kind of curves, and this has a really high knockout potential. It does a bunch of damage. It can really throw your opponents off the map straight up. And if you hit this on all the way in the edge and they have orange health, it's a guaranteed stock for you. But if you kind of hit this in the middle, it still does a lot of damage. It still has a lot of knockout potential, but it doesn't have as much as the down signature. So if you have the opportunity to use the down signature, then I'd use the down signature. But if you don't have, let's say y'all are in the distance from each other, this can also be used let's say there's a mine right in the middle of the map. You can catch them up there by jumping up and over the mine using the signature and hit them at the same time, and it's a pretty cool thing to do. But you can't, unlike Koji's side signature, you can't roll or jump over the minion thing, like the horn, which you can do with Koji. You can't do that with this, so I'd be cautious about that. And those are the signatures for Diana. Well, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. If you want me to do a guide on a specific legend, tell me down below in the comments. Please, please, please don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and show this to your friends or something. If you feel like this guide helped you in any way, please tell me how and what section it helped you, and if it didn't help you, please tell me how, or how I can improve, basically. And thanks for watching the video. It took me a long time to make this one, and my axe montage got deleted by my baby brother, so it was kind of frustrating, but I just came out and made this video. So, thank you. Hopefully you have a nice day today. Bye.